I'm going to say a phrase right now that you probably won't agree with, but I'm going to tell you in this video why you're wrong.
Wolftelligence!
Welcome back to the podcast. My name is R.E. In this episode, I'm going to talk about why self-discipline is freedom. Yes, you heard that correctly. I believe that self-discipline is basically the key to freedom, and I'll lay out my arguments in this video. It first has to come with how you do anything. If you ever heard this phrase, how you do anything is how you do everything. That is such an important phrase because it really emphasizes that the small things matter. Why I put that in quotation marks, small, is because there really are no small things. Who else is to judge that something is large or small other than you? It's something that you give less importance to. But when you start giving equal importance to everything in your life, you start to notice all the little habits that you can improve that can greatly improve your day. Things for me such as making my bed, cold showers, meditation, exercising, all small things when you think about it, but they really add up. And when they're all together, it kind of starts kind of a snowball effect where you're gaining momentum and you're sustaining your habits and making them easier to perpetuate and maintain. It's a big word, but it really emphasizes that the small wins add up and everything is important. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's really like if you have a messy bed in the morning, you'll have a messy life out there. And that's what I learned. I stopped making my bed for like 3 years, or I didn't make my bed. And then all of a sudden I started making my bed. I actually read a book called Make Your Bed. I would recommend that book, but that book really made me want to start making my bed. And I realized how many other facets of my life it kind of like washed out to. I don't even know the word to describe it, but and it also makes your mind stronger. It makes you able to be more mentally tough, more able to face different situations. When I am practicing self-discipline, ending my shower cold, standing there for a minute, it's hard at first. Your mind doesn't want you to do that. And then once you do it and you're like, wow, like I'm still alive, like I'm still fine, then the mind calms down. You realize that you just attained mastery over it for one moment. If you can keep adding these little wins up, you get way higher mastery over time. But also doing it for a purpose is very good. Like, don't just do it to do it. Do it because, say, like, I want to start going to the gym more because I want to be in shape. And having that motivation there, that's what really like keeps you going. Like my motivation is always just to be able to love myself more, feel more at peace and like with who I am. And that's the purpose I go into it with. And that's why I'm never going to stop doing this stuff, because I realize how much different and how much better I feel than even 3 years ago when I was going through everything. I just know that I've been doing this every day, building myself up, and also breaking down my walls at the same time, paradoxically. So it's really all comes down to this. If you're clinging to things, if you're clinging to drugs to be happy, if you're clinging to a specific person to be happy, or specific food or anything, you're not free because you're chained to that thing. That thing is where you derive your joy, where you derive your happiness. When you can derive your joy and happiness from literally nothing, from just like being, that's it. That's like the secret that everybody tells you. It's not a secret. That's what all these like enlightened beings, people just say. That's not funny, enlightened beings, but that's what all these people just say. It's just that like the joy of simply being. And that's something that I've experienced through meditation, through cold showers that I had never experienced before. But just for a glimpse, these people are literally in it all the time. And I would say that one thing that all of these people in common would say is self-discipline is freedom. Because if you can't control yourself, something else is going to be controlling you. Wow, wow, brain blast. Shout out Jimmy Neutron for that quote, or the brain blast. But that's really what it is. Like, if you're clinging to things, if you're attached to something else, whether it be, again, food, drug, anything, you're not free. The only way to be free is to make yourself stronger to the point where you can't be chained up by anything that's that small and that weak, because your true self is way more powerful than any single vice or every single vice combined. That's how powerful you are. But not everybody believes and actually knows their true power, their true worth. And that's why I try to make these videos, to try to help you, and it also help myself. But thank you for listening, watching the podcast. My name is Ari. Again, self-discipline is freedom. Self-discipline is freedom. I know you might not agree with that, but that's why I feel, and I know, at least for me, that self-discipline is freedom.